Wellness Rhythm Show. Find your rhythm. Live your wellness.
Y'all, let me tell you something that happened at my kids' school carnival last month. They had one of those old school grip strength machines, the kind where you squeeze and it shows your score. I went up there totally confident and the thing barely moved. I'm talking embarrassing. Like my 9-year-old did better than me.
Right. And most people would laugh that off. I nearly did the same at a corporate wellness event here in London. But then I looked into it, and honestly, what I found stopped me cold.
Because it turns out grip strength is not just about, opening pickle jars. It is one of the most powerful predictors of how long and how well you are going to live.
We're talking about a biomarker that rivals cholesterol readings and blood pressure for predicting long-term health outcomes. And almost nobody is talking about it at their annual checkup.
So today we are digging into grip strength, what it actually tells us about our bodies, why it matters at every age, and what you can realistically do about it starting this week.
Right. Let's unpack that a bit. The research here is genuinely striking. A landmark study published in The Lancet in 2015, the PURE study tracked nearly 140,000 people across 17 countries. The lead researcher was Dr. Darrell Leong and his team at McMaster University.
And what did they find?
Every 5 kilogram decrease in grip strength was associated with a 17% higher risk of dying from any cause and a 7% higher risk of heart attack. Grip strength was actually a stronger predictor of cardiovascular death than systolic blood pressure.
Okay, I need everyone to pause for a second. Stronger than blood pressure. That is the thing doctors measure every single visit.
Which is not to say blood pressure doesn't matter. It does. But grip strength is capturing something broader. It's a proxy for overall musculoskeletal health, which connects to metabolic function, inflammation, even cognitive resilience.
So what you're saying, David, is that your hand strength is essentially a window into your whole system?
Precisely. Think of it as a summary statistic for your body's physical capital, which is honestly a strange and useful idea.
Here's the thing, though. When I talk to friends, especially women my age, nobody is thinking about muscle strength as a longevity tool. We're thinking about cardio, maybe yoga, trying to get enough sleep.
And those things matter enormously. But strength, and specifically grip strength, has been somewhat overlooked in mainstream wellness conversations. Dr. Gabrielle Lyon, who focuses on muscle-centric medicine, has written extensively about this. She argues that skeletal muscle is the organ of longevity, and grip strength is one of our clearest windows into it.
That reframe is so helpful because muscle is not just about looking fit, it's about function. It's about, can I carry my groceries? Can I lift my mom's wheelchair into the car? Can I keep up with my kids?
And for our listeners who are in that sandwich generation, caring for aging parents while raising kids, this is especially relevant. Grip strength decline is one of the early markers of sarcopenia, which is the age-related loss of muscle mass and function.
Okay, define that a little more because sarcopenia sounds scary.
It does sound alarming, but it's actually quite common. The International Working Group on Sarcopenia defines it as low muscle mass, combined with low muscle strength or physical performance. It affects an estimated 10 to 20% of adults over 60, and the decline can start as early as your 30s.
Your 30s. So this is not just a conversation for our listeners who are 60 plus. This is for all of us.
Right, and that's actually good news, because it means we have a long runway to build and protect that strength before the steeper declines typically begin.
Let's dig into the practical side here because I know what people are thinking. Do I need to join a gym, buy special equipment? I barely have time to eat lunch.
Honestly, the entry point is remarkably low. A simple hand dynamometer, a grip strength tester, costs somewhere between £15 and £40 or dollars online. You can track your baseline at home.
I actually ordered one after the carnival incident, and my score was humbling. But knowing your number is the first step, right?
Exactly. For reference, the American Society of Hand Therapists and various research groups suggest that for women in their late 30s, a dominant hand grip around 25 to 30 kilograms is a reasonable benchmark. For men of similar age, roughly 40 to 50 kilograms.
And if you're below that, it's not a verdict. It's just information. Starting data.
Well said. And here's where it gets genuinely encouraging. Grip strength responds to training relatively quickly. Research from the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity shows meaningful improvements in as little as 8 to 12 weeks with consistent resistance training.
So what actually moves the needle? Because I know people are thinking, should I be doing those foam squeeze balls?
Those help a little for rehabilitation, but they're fairly limited for building strength. The research consistently points to compound resistance exercises as the most effective approach. Think deadlifts, rows, farmer's carries, pull-up progressions.
And I want to normalize something here. Lifting weights used to feel like something only certain people did. And I say this as someone who genuinely avoided it for years because it felt intimidating.
Which is a shame because the evidence for resistance training across every life stage is overwhelming. Dr. Stuart Phillips at McMaster University has published extensively on protein synthesis and resistance training in older adults. The body's ability to respond to strength training does not disappear with age.
This is the moment I'd love for everyone listening to hit like and subscribe if you are finding this useful. Because this is exactly the kind of evidence-based conversation we try to bring you every single week, without the noise.
And without the hype. Let's talk about the nuance here, because I don't want anyone to think grip strength is a magic number.
Here's the thing, though. I was actually going to push back a little, because when I first read about this, I thought, okay, this feels too simple. Like one measurement tells you everything?
And that skepticism is completely valid. Grip strength is a strong signal, but it's correlational. It doesn't cause better health outcomes. It reflects underlying conditions like muscle quality, nutrition status, physical activity levels, and even socioeconomic factors that influence all of those things.
So it's a useful flag, not a final answer.
Exactly. Dr. Leong's own team emphasized that grip strength should be considered alongside other clinical measures, not in isolation. And there are conditions like arthritis or nerve injuries that can affect grip without reflecting overall health status.
Which is why, if someone gets a low reading, the conversation to have is with a physiotherapist or a doctor, not a spiral of panic.
Well put, the goal is awareness, then action. And the action doesn't have to be dramatic. Even walking more, carrying groceries without a cart, doing bodyweight exercises at home, these all contribute.
My personal gateway was farmer's carries. I started just walking around the kitchen with heavy grocery bags, and it felt ridiculous and also genuinely hard.
Which tells you something. And over time, those small, consistent loads add up. This brings us to the broader point, which is that grip strength sits inside a larger story about aging intentionally.
Whether you're 35 and just starting to think about this, or you're 65 and wondering if it's too late, the research says the same thing. It is not too late. The body is remarkably adaptable.
Right, so if there is one practical takeaway from today, I'd say it's this: get a baseline. Find a dynamometer, measure your grip strength, write down the number, and treat it the same way you treat knowing your resting heart rate. It's information, and information is power.
Y'all, I love that framing. And for me, the emotional takeaway is this. Our bodies are always giving us signals. Grip strength is just one of those signals that happens to be cheap to measure, proven by serious research, and actually changeable. That combination is rare.
And if today's conversation has shifted how you think about strength and longevity even slightly, that's a good day's work. We'll leave links to the Pure study, Dr. Gabrielle Lyon's work, and Dr. Stuart Phillips' research in the show notes.
Please do like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. It genuinely helps us reach more people who need this kind of grounded, real talk wellness conversation. We'll see you next time on the Wellness Rhythm Show. Take care of yourselves, y'all.
And perhaps go lift something heavy, sensibly.
The show is part of the VoxCrea.AI system. If you want a show like this for your organization without building it yourself,
go to VoxCrea.AI and request a sample episode.